for the tempo inhales. Triplet vectors coil under fractional scales. I don't like to the beat, I stress it till it fails. Then reintroduce order through control. Derail, redirection like fuel in segmented tanks. Never emptied, redistributed in rank. Speed without routing just floods the bank. So I channel pressure where it amplifies strength. I shift accent away to the edges of sound. Let peripheral syllables anchor the ground. That displacement keeps perception unbound. Compensity grows where certainty drowns. Triplet slide diagonally through bar space. So motion feels line. Your placement displace your body nods, but your mind displaced where the rhythm lies in the phrase. I stack concurrent logics that don't reconcile. One resolves quickly, one drags a while. Meaning crosses lines like a delayed smile. While cadence claims nothing's changed in the file. That stagger, lose illusion, pulls attention apart. You sense completion before you chart fast. Rap skips this structural art and burns out early, loud and dark. I excise from material, the delivery. Let inference complete the imagery. Negative rhythm becomes circuitry. Carry emotion without audibility. Triplet clusters breathe in variable load. Some strike dense, some barely show. That variance keeps momentum from going cold. Uniform speed erodes the code. Mechanics to copper from speed. Diaphragm stable, jaw free. Though tongue taps rapid, but the throat stays easy. So airflow never interrupts the stream. This is biomechanics, not bravura. Fast mouths crumble under oxygen pressure. I slow cognition, let muscle ensure that execution stays pure. I rotate round families without warning. Vowel centers drift, consonants more in. So schemes mutate while expectations forming. Now the ear hunts ghosts of a pattern aborting. Anticipation becomes leverage point. I loaded heavy then disappoint. Resolve arrives from a different joint. So the impact lands oblique, not direct. I let density crest and evacuate. Strip syllables, keep the rate. Negative space resets the normal state. So the next surge cuts clean, not late. Contrast is a real accelerator. Silence sharpens articulation. Without draws, peaks lose elevation. Complexity breathes through modulation. I don't switch pockets, I phase shift slow. Stress migrates micro step by micro step flow. By the time awareness says hold, the prior grid no longer holds. That's control, drift, not deviation. Evolution without declaration. Rhythm transforms under conservation. No alarms, no exaggeration. Triple flow here isn't speed for display. It's language under managed strain. Every placement chosen weight. Nothing accidental, nothing ornate. When the verse ends it doesn't close. It suspends like residual voltage. Silence hums with remaining force. Because the system never shut its source. That's complexity is operational truth. Speed refined to retain control. Fast enough to bend perception. Stable enough to never lose the hold.
I initiate motion before tempo be clear. Some 10 triplet amidris, spin where the margins bend. I don't follow the beat, I pressure it till it vents. Then rebuild the groove from the stress I send. Rest subdivided into fractional claims. Never full release, always partial exchange. Speed with a hierarchy, each itself away. So I rank each syllable before it plays. I relocate emphasis from obvious peaks to throwaway sounds. Carry structural weight, that misalignment. Keep cognition away, complexity grows where habits break. Triplets don't land, center they tilt. So momentum feels real, but placement feels split. Your head nods while your brain resists, trying to locate where the pattern exists. I break concurrent rhyme systems in motion. One surface level, one deep in erosion. plastic drag. You feel pull before you understand the tag. Fast, rap without just feels thin and glad. Yeah, quick to impress, yeah, get to the sad. I raise foam as mid-articulation, so implication replaces vibration. Negative rhythm becomes information without congesting the transmission. To a little congested and evil, some is led, some barely beat. That variance sustains velocity, uniform speed kills sensitivity. Break governance spread across the system, diaphragm neutral, jaw independent. Tongue fires quick, flow stays distant, so airflow never disrupts the engine. Physiology outruns enthusiasm, fast mouth hold under oxygen. Look like accelerate thought, I say the leading. Truly temperate from edge, lapsing out. Mutate my families mid-rotation. Flame family shifts without notification, so the scheme dissolves for expectation. Holds not our ear chases something unraging. Physiology outruns enthusiasm. Fast mouth fold under oxygen, famine. I decelerate thought, accelerate action. Yeah, the separation prevents collapsing. I mutate round families mid-rotation. While gravity shifts without notification, so the scheme dissolves while expectation holds. Now the ear chases something already gone. Anticipation becomes leverage. I cultivate it, then separate. Resolve arrives in direct off axis, so the impact feels heavier than average. I let density crest and evacuate. Remove syllables, keep velocity. That hollow space resets the neural state, so the next surge hits with clarity. Contrast is the hidden accelerator. Silence sharpens articulation. Withdraw speaks moves elevation. Come as I breathe throughout the nation. I don't change pockets abruptly. I face shift and gradually stress my grace, cause I'm named by constant and the original groove dissolves entirely. By the time awareness detects a drift, but a progress cannot be retrieved. There's advanced rhythm and misbelief. Control so subtle it evades relief. Drip and flow, here is an urgency. It's pressure, help with agency. It replacement chosen consciously. Nothing decorative, nothing random. When the verse stops, it doesn't land. It expands like an unanswered plan. Residual motion hums in the span. Because the system never powered down. That complexity is discipline. Speed is structure, language is design. Fast enough to distort perception. Stable enough to never decline.
Before the tempo breathes, triplet calculus hidden in the seams. I don't chase the snare, I negotiate beats till the rhythm emits what it wants to be. Breath cut thin into usable threads. Never dumped, always strategically fed. Speed without control collapses instead. So I scope motion before it's pressed. I shift stress onto unimportant sounds. Let weak syllables carry the crown. That inversion keeps perception unbound. Complexity grows while comfort breaks down. Triplet skim edges never sit square. Hovering between where and when there's no momentum feels stable. Placement unclear. That tension is the engine I fear. I layer schemes that refuse to align. One resolves early, one drags behind. Meaning bleeds past structural signs, while cadence pretends the rules still apply. The split creates cognitive pull. You feel velocity before you know why it moves. Fast rap without this is hollow and cool. Impressive for seconds, then remove. Extra hits, let the brain complete what the mouth omits. Negative rhythm sharpens the mix without cluttering breath. The crowd in the script, triplet clusters breathing uneven mass. Some strike heavy, some barely pass. Variation keeps the motion intact. Uniform speed turns texture flat. Breath control disperse, not stack. Diaphragm steady, jaw relaxed. Tongue taps fast, but the throat stays slack. So airflow never interrupts the track. Physiology outruns bravado quick. Fast mouths choke when they lose the grip. I slow the mind, let the muscles predict. That's how speed stays clean when pushed to the limit. I migrate around families midstream. Vowels drift while consonants keep the beam. So patterns dissolve and reassemble unseen. Now you're not into something you can't diagram. Expectation becomes a pressure node. I build it just to overload, then resolve sideways off the road. So the payoff hits colder and close. I let intensity spiked and hollow the frame. Strip syllables while the tempo stays. Negative space resets the brain so the next surge feels sharp again. Contrast is the real accelerator. Silence partners, articulation without valleys. Peaks lose elevation. Complexity breathes in modulation. I don't switch pockets, I liquefy them. Stress slides gradually, never sudden. By the time you notice the center's gone, the old groove can't be summoned. That's control drift, not mistake. Evolution without a break. Rhythm changes shape while still obeying the laws of weight. Triplet flow here isn't flex or speed. It's language under engineered pressure. Every decision stacked intentionally. Nothing rushed, nothing decorative. When the verse stops, it doesn't resolve. It suspends like a hell phone call. Silence hums with leftover force because the system never shut off. That's complexity in operational form. Speed refined till it warps the norm. Fast enough to bend perception. Stable enough to hold the form. Stable enough to hold the form. Into the rhythm before it remembers its shape. Triple effect, just twist inside fractional space. I don't sing to the beat, I just ink it on purpose, then force it to follow my internal curvature. Breath carved into data, but written in voice, never dumped, always rationed in minimal speed. Without structure is perishable, so I anchor momentum and principles. I display stress from expected locations. Let weak syllables carry the concentration. That inversion keeps the ear in rotation. Comicity lives in mislocation. Triple it runs, don't stay flat on the grid. They hover slightly ahead, slightly behind, so the listener can't pinpoint where the motion lives in time. Schemes that don't resolve together, one closes early, the other much later, meaning stretches across bar separators while cadence pretends nothing changed in the paperback. Split attention, creates friction, you feel movement before recognition. Fast rap that's without this condition, otherwise it's just repetition. I ghost entire syllables mid-phrase, let the mouth imply what the sound won't say, so the brain feels gaps and delay. That phantom rhythm is where complexity stays. Triplets compress and loosen their grip. Not all strikes deserve full weight, some exist only to shift the balance of what comes next. Breath control distributed, not centralized. Diaphragm steady, not weaponized. Tongue moves quick, but the throat stays wide. That's how speed survives. Prolonged time if air panics, flow collapses. No matter how fast the syllables flash, so I slow the body, accelerate the mask. Muscle memory, do the task. I fracture around families mid-migration. Vowels drift while consonants anchor. So schemes mutate with the notification. Now you're chasing patterns that no longer matter. Expectation becomes a pressure point. I build it just to disappoint, then deliver payoff sideways, so the impact hits where you weren't poised. I let density pigment strip it bare. Remove syllables, keep the stare. Negative space resents the ear, so the next surge feels severe. Uniform speed, numb sensation. Contrast is a real acceleration. Silence collaborates with articulation. That's advanced riffing education. I don't switch pockets abruptly, I liquefy them gradually. Stress slide syllable by syllable till the old groove is unrecognizable. By the time the shift is perceived, the original grid can't be retrieved. That's controlled evolution of speed, not tricks, not theatrics, just technique of free flow. Here isn't aggression, it's precision under compression. Every decision laid on intention, nothing rushed, nothing accidental. When the verse concludes, it doesn't resolve. It's suspense like an unanswered call. Residual motion hums through the pause because the system never fully shut off. That's complexity at operational scale. Speed is architecture, not a trail. Fast enough to distort the rail, stable enough to never derail. Stabilize tempo before rhythm can anchor. Triple the vectors collide like data in transit. I don't enter the beat, I arrive as a fracture. Let the groove recalibrate once I passed it. Breath parts into modular segments. I never empty the lungs, I ration intent. Speed is emotion, is pressure management. Fast fails when structure gets negligent. I preload the stress on unstressable, so emphasis lands where the ear isn't comfortable. That discomfort keeps attention mobile. Complexity thrives where patterns feel volatile. I've been cadence around semantic weight. Let meaning stretch past where the rhyme should break. So resolution arrives slightly late. That lag is deliberate, not a mistake. Triple it flow, lives in control and balance. Too clean becomes predictable cadence. I see the symmetry inside the balance. So for 1 minute, never stagnates. Internal rhyme chain don't loop, they migrate. Shifting vowel centers phrase by phrase. You think a scheme ends, it just relocates. Now you chasing ghosts across time signatures. I overlay articulation speeds. Tongue moves fast, jaw moves slow. Throat stays neutral, airflow clean, so the rapid fire never overloads. This is physiology, not bravado talk. Fast mouths choke when the breath runs hot. I keep the engine below red lock. The velocity rise without thermal shock. I decouple rhyme from bar lines. Let ideas spill over grid confines. So syntax swims across downbeats. While the rhythm pretends it's still aligned. Listener nods on the obvious hits, but the real pulse lives under it. That dual layer tension is the grip. Speed without this is counterfeit. I rotate density like torque, it curves. Peak compression, the strategic release, so the brain resets before the next surge. Otherwise fast turns monotonous quick. Triple A cluster stretch then shear. Some hits punch, some disappear. That variance keeps the motion severe. Uniform speed kills the ear. It kills the ear. Oh, it kills the ear. I weaponize anticipation. Set up patterns just to deny them. Expectation is a form of tension. Break it clean and the tension spikes it. So when the rhyme finally resolves, it lands harder than brute force volume. Comte said he wins through restraint and control, not maximal syllable vomit thrown. I let pocket drift, millimeter by millimeter, so the shift isn't heard, it's felt. By the time you notice the center, the original grid has already melted. That's advanced flow manipulation. Rhythm me falls without declaration. No signpost, no exaggeration. Just gradual transformation. Triple flow here isn't sprinting. It's sustained rotational force. Fast enough to bend perception. Stable enough to hold its course. I don't climax the verse with noise. I let it taper into unresolved poise. Silence after word isn't void. It's residual, momentum deployed. When the beat drops out, the tension stays because the system never fully decayed. There's a difference between speed and command. One impresses, the other re-engages the frame. Yeah, the other re-engages the frame. Before the tempo inhales, say. Triple effect is coil on the fractional scales, say. I don't lock to the beat, I stress it till it fails. Then reintroduce order through control derail. Breathe ration like fuel in segmented tanks, never emptied. Redistributed in ranks. Speed without routing just floods the banks. So I channel pressure where it amplifies strength. Way to the edges of sound. Let peripheral syllables anchor the ground. That displacement keeps perception unbound. Complexity grows where certainty drowns. Triplet slide diagonally through bar space. So motion feels linear, placement displaced. Your body nods but your mind misplaced. Where the rhythm lives in the phrase. Logics that don't reconcile. One resolves quickly, one drags a while. Meaning crosses lines like a delayed smile, while cadence claims nothing's changed in the file. That staggered resolution pulls attention apart. You sense completion before you chart. Fast rap skips the structural art and burns out early, loud and dark. I excise phonetic material mid-delivery. Let inference complete the imagery. Negative rhythm becomes circuitry. Carry emotion without audibility. Triplet clusters breathing variable load. Some strike and some barely show. That variance keeps momentum from going cold. Uniforms be the rows of code. Breath mechanics decoupled from speed. Diaphragm stable, jaw free. Tongue taps rapid, but the throat stays easy, so airflow never interrupts the stream. This is biomechanics, not bravura. Fast mouths crumble under oxygen pressure. I slow cognition, let muscle ensure that execution stays pure. Rotate rhyme families without warning. Vowel centers drift, hands consonants mooring. So schemes mutate while our expectations forming. Yeah. Now the ear hunts ghosts of a pattern of boarding. Anticipation becomes leverage point. I load it heavy, then denser point. Resolve arise from a different joint. So the impact lands oblique, not direct. I let density crest and evacuate. Strip syllables, keep the rate. Negative space resets a neural state. So the next search cuts clean, not late. Contrast is the real accelerator. Silence sharpens articulation. Without truth, peaks lose elevation. Commits a deep breathe through modulation. I don't switch pockets, I phase shift slow. Stress migrates, micro step by micro step flow. By the time awareness says hold, the prior grid no longer holds. That's controls drift, not deviation. Ribbon transforms under conservation. No alarms, no exaggeration. I don't switch pockets, I phase shift slow. Stress migrates, micro step by micro step flow. By the time awareness says hold, the prior grid no longer holds. That's control drift, not deviation. Evolution without declaration. Rhythm transforms under conservation. No alarms, no exaggeration. Pillar flow here isn't speed for display. It's language under managed strain. Every placement chosen way. Nothing accidental, nothing ornate. When the verse ends, it doesn't close. It's suspense like residual voltage. Silence hums with remaining force. Because the system never shut its source. Hey. That's complexity as operational truth. Speed refined to retain control. Fast enough to bend perception. Stable enough to never lose the hold.
Yeah, I initiate motion before tempo declares intent. Triplet metric set, spin where the margins bend. I don't follow the beat, I pressure it till it vents. Then rebuild the groove from the stress I sent. Brain subdivided into fractional claims. Never full release, always partial exchange. Speed with a hierarchy, eat itself away. So I rank each syllable before it plays. I relocate emphasis from obvious peaks. Let throwaway sounds carry structural weight. That misalignment keeps cognition awake. Complexity grows where habits break. Triplets don't land center, they tilt. So momentum feels real, but placement feels split. Your head nods while your brain resists, trying to locate where the pattern exists. I break concurrent rhyme systems in motion. One surface level, one deep in erosion. Meaning resolves late like deeper commotion. While cadence pretends it's still in devotion. That staggered closure builds elastic drag. You feel pull before you understand attack. Fast rap without this feel standing glad. Quick to impress, quicker to sag. Aberrates phone moves mid-articulation. So implication replaces vibration. Negative rhythm becomes information. Without conscious in the transmission. Triplet cluster stretch unevenly. Some hits land solid, some barely be. That variance sustains velocity. Uniform speed kills sensitivity. Breath governance spread across the system. Diaphragm neutral, job independent. Tongue fires quick and throat stays distant. So airflow never disrupts the engine. Physiology out
outrun enthusiasm. Fast mouths fold under oxygen famine. I decelerate thought, accelerate action. That separation prevents collapsing. I mutate rhyme families mid-rotation. File gravity shift without notification. So the scheme dissolves while expectation holds. Now the ear chases something already gone. Anticipation becomes leverage. I cultivated it and share it. Resolve arrives in direct off axis, so the impact feels heavier than average. I let density crash, then evacuate. Remove syllables, keep velocity. That hollow space resets the neural state, so the next surge hits with clarity. Contrast is the hidden accelerator. Silence sharpens articulation. Without draw speaks, lose elevation. Come peak, steady breathe through alternation. I don't change pockets abruptly. I phase, shift them gradually. Stress migrates consonant by consonant till the original groove dissolves entirely. By the time awareness detects the drift, the prior grid cannot be retrieved. That's advanced rhythmic misbelief. Control so subtle it evades relief. Rapid flow here is an urgency. It's pressure held with agency. Every placement chosen consciously. Nothing decorative, nothing random. When the verse stops, it doesn't land. It suspends like an unanswered plan. Residual motion hums in the span, because the system never powered down. That's complexity as discipline. Speed is structure, language design. Fast enough to distort perception through. Stable enough to never decline. Stable enough to never decline. Stable enough to never decline. Stable enough to never decline.
I've been the grid before the tempo breeze. Triple it, calculus hidden in the seams. I don't chase the snare, I negotiate beats till the rhythm emits what it wants to be. Breath cut thin and usable threads, never dumped, always strategically fed. Speed with the contour collapses instead, so it's cold motion before it spreads. I shift stress on unimportant sounds, let weak syllables carry the crown. That inversion keeps perception unbound. Complexity grows where comfort breaks down. Triple skin edges never sit square, hovering between where and when they're there. Some momentum feels stable, placement unclear. That tension is the engine I fear. Before you know why it moves. Fast rap without this is hollow and cool. Impressive for seconds, then remove. I go phonetics to imply extra hits, let the brain complete what the mouth omits. Negative rhythm, sharp as the mix, without cluttering breath or crowd in the script. Triplet clusters breathe in uneven mass. Some strike heavy, some barely pass. Whether your shame keeps the motion intact. Uniform speed turns to extra flat. Breath control disperse, not stack. Diaphragm steady, jaw relaxed. Tongue taps fast, but the throat stays slack, so airflow never interrupts the track. Physiology outruns bravado quick. Fast mouths choke when they lose the grip. I slow the mind, let the muscles predict. That's how speed stays clean when pushed to the limit. I migrate round families midstream. Vowels drift, wild consonants keep the beam. So patterns dissolve and reassemble unseen. Now you're not into something you can't diagram. Expectation becomes oppression. No, I build it just to overload, then resolve sideways off the road. So the payoff is colder and closer. I let density spike, then hollow the frame, strip syllables while the tempo stays. Negative space resets the brain, so the next surge feels sharp again. Contrast is the real accelerated silence. Partners, articulation without valleys, peaks lose acceleration, compass of deep licks and modulation. I don't switch pockets, I liquefy them. Stress slides gradually, never sudden. By the time you notice, the sin is gone. The old groove can't be summoned. That's control, drift, not mistake. Evolution without a break. Rhythm changes shape while still obeying the laws of weight. Triple flow here isn't flex or speed, is language under engineered pressure. Every decision stacked intentionally, nothing rushed, nothing decadent. When the verse stops, it doesn't resolve. The suspense like a hell phone call. Silence hums with leftover force, cause the system never shut off, yeah. That's complexity in operational form. Speed refined till it warps the norm. Fast enough to bend perception, stable enough to hold the form. Information is crazy, I enter the rhythm before it remembers the shape. Triplet vectors that twist inside fractional space. I don't sink to the beat, I just sink it on purpose, then force it to follow my internal curvature. Breath carved into deliberate intervals, never dumped, always rationed to minimal. Speed without structure is perishable, so I anchor momentum and principles. I display stress from expected locations, let weak syllables carry the concentration that inversion keeps the air in rotation. Come SimCity leaves in misallocation. Triple L runs don't sit flat on the grid, they hover slightly ahead, slightly behind, so the listener can't pinpoint where the motion lives in time. Motion lives in time. I hear right. Motion lives in time. I lay around schemes that don't resolve together. One closes early, the other much later. Meaning stretches across bar separators, while cadence pretend nothing changed in the paper. That split attention creates friction. You feel movement before recognition. Fast rap dies without this condition. Otherwise, it's just repetition. I ghost entire syllables mid-phrase. Let the mouth imply what the sound won't say, so the brain fills gaps and delay that phantom rhythm where complexity stays. Triplets compressed and loosen their grip. Not all strikes deserve full weight. Some exist only to shift the balance of what comes next. Breath control distributed, not centralized. Diaphragm steady, jaw weaponized. Tongue moves quick, but the throat stays wide. That's how speed survives prolonged time. If air panics, flow collapses. No matter how fast the syllables flash. So I slow the body, accelerate the mass. Clear muscle memory, do the task. I let density peak, then strip it bare. Remove syllables, keep the stare. Negative space resets the ear, so the next surge feels severe. Uniform, speed, numb sensation. Contrast is the real acceleration. Silence collaborates with articulation. That's advanced ribbon education. I don't switch pockets abruptly, I liquefy them gradually. Stress lies syllable by syllable till the old groove is unrecognizable. By the time the shift is perceived, the original grid can't be retrieved. That's controlled evolution of speed. Not tricks, not theatrics, just technique. Triple flow here isn't aggression, it's precision. Under compression, every decision laid on intention. Nothing rushed, nothing acting. Or when the verse concludes, it doesn't resolve. It's suspense like an unanswered call. Residual motion hums through the pause. The peak is the system never fully shut off. That's complexity, operational scale. Speed as I could catch an auto trail. Fast enough to distort the rail. Stable enough to never derail. Muscle love. Stabilize tempo before rhythm can anchor. Triplet vectors collide like data in transit. I don't enter the beat, I arrive as a fraction. Let the groove recalibrate once I passed it. Breath paused in the modular segments. I never empty the lungs, I ration intent. Speed is emotion, it's pressure management. Fast feels when structure gets negligent. I preload the stress on the stress syllable, so emphasis stands where the ear isn't comfortable. That discomfort keeps attention mobile. Complexity thrives where patterns feel volatile. I've been cadence around semantic weight. Let meaning stretch past where the rhyme should break. So resolution arrives slightly late. The lag is deliberate, not a mistake. Triple flow lives in controlled imbalance. Too clean becomes predictable cadence. I see the symmetry inside the balance. So forward momentum never stagnates. And turnaround chains don't loop, they migrate. Shifting vowels and it's phrase by phrase. You think of schemings, it just relocates. Now you chasing ghosts across time signatures. Overlay articulation speeds, tongue moves fast, jaw moves slow, throat stays neutral, airflow clean, so the rapid fire never overloads. This is physiology, not bravado talk. Fast mouths choke when the breath runs hot. I keep the engine below red lock, let velocity rise without thermal shock. I decouple rhyme from bar lines, let ideas spill over grid confines. So syntax swims across down beats while the rhythm pretends it's still aligned. Listen to nods on the obvious hits, but the real pulse sleeps under it. That dual layer attention is the grip. Speed without this is counterfeit. I rotate density like torque curves. Peak compression and strategic release, so the brain resets before the next surge. Otherwise fast turns monotonous quick. Triplet cluster stretch then shear. Some it's punch, some disappear. That variance keeps the motion severe. Uniform speed kills the ear. I weaponize anticipation, set up patterns just to deny them. Expectation is a form of tension, break it clean and attention spikes in. So when the rhyme finally resolves, it lands harder than brute force volume, but density wins through restraint and control. Now maximal syllable found the throne. I let pocket drift millimeter by millimeter, so the shift isn't heard, it's felt by the time you notice the center. The original grid is already melted, that's advanced flow manipulation. Rhythm evolves without declaration, no signpost, no exaggeration. Triplet flow here isn't sprinting, it's sustained rotational force, fast enough to bend perception, stable enough to hold its course. I don't climax the verse with noise, I let it taper into unresolved poise. Silence afterward isn't void, it's residual momentum deployed. When the beat drops out, the tension stays dead, cause the system never fully decayed. That's the difference between speed and command. One impresses, the other rearranges the frame.
First they would land, don't slide. I learned that lesson on the hard side. He'll breathe slow, sky don't care. Same old heat, hang in the air. I strike that string and let it ride. Don't ask much, don't decide. Thumb keep walking round and round. Truth come up from the ground. Footstep will land, feel the pull. Life don't bend, it just stay full. Work and sweat and simple day. Same damn tune in different ways. Don't dress things I don't explain. Let it hum through wood and pain. If it sound rough, that's cause it is. Blues don't Nightfall easy, crickets line. Beat still mine, time still mine. When the dark say that's enough, friend. Foot stay where it land till the end. Foot stay where it land. Foot stay where it land, don't slide. I learned that lesson on the hard side. Hill breeze slow, sky don't care. Same old heat hang in the air. I strike that string, let it ride. Don't act much, don't decide. Thumb keep walking, round and round. Truth come up from the ground. Foot stay where it land. 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 Feel the pull. Life don't bend, it just stay full. A work and sweat and simple days. Same damn tune in different ways. I don't dress, pay, and don't explain. Let it hum through wood and vein. If it sound rough, that's cause it is. Blues don't promise, it reminds. Nightfall easy, crickets line. Beat still mine, time still mine. When the dark say that's enough, friend. Foot stay where it lay.